being able to understand this and really live it and live in this posture towards life is a really important part on the awakening self-actualization journey. And not understanding it will really send you into a spiral of mental chaos and constantly being a victim in your own life and just feeling out of control. And the thing is, I think we associate peace a lot of the time with lack of chaos or total smoothness, or associating it with external circumstance that we consider peaceful. We have these ideas of what peace is, and in reality, it is your ability to be with yourself even amidst the hard things, even amidst the things that are chaotic or seemingly evil or whatever's happening in the world. This feels particularly relevant right now as certain files are being released. Really, really heinous crimes that are extremely disturbing that are coming out about the elites, and it's causing this sort of mass chaotic rupture. And I want you to understand that what I'm talking about here with being able to choose peace in any moment isn't meant to bypass your humanity or partake in the spiritual bypassing where you're transcending things without actually feeling them, because that isn't true peace. You're ignoring the collective, which is you and your true self. But this sense of peace that I'm talking about, that you can choose amidst anything, is just your ability to let emotions and experiences flow through you without completely sticking and holding there. People who haven't done inner child work or any sense of therapy or self-awareness work consciously, they don't know peace. And it's okay if it's us too, because we all have things to work on, so this isn't meant to say in a shaming way. But there are certain holding patterns, and like physically in our body as well as in our psyche, protective mechanisms that were naturally put into place long ago. We're wired more towards pointing out potential threats, so we hang onto those easier than compliments or good things that happened. Like maybe if you don't have a lot of memories of your childhood, you remember a lot of more terrible things that happened because those memories just tend to stick for survival purposes. Now, this is important to understand because not letting these things go disrupts your peace. And the more we break down the layers of our individual egos, selves, and experiences, the more we are stripped down to a more peaceful state, a more empty vessel that can allow experiences and our emotions to flow through us. And as we empty out, we can attract more of those experiences that are meant for the new us. If we're consistently holding on to our old garbage, our old junk, we are going to keep attracting similar things. You know, your vibe attracts your tribe. Birds of a feather flock together. We become like the people that we spend our most time around. So it's important to clear these things out so you can choose peace. And I'm saying this not as somebody who hasn't experienced any adversity in her life. I'm coming from a person who was abandoned by her father, who had a single mother that died, and she was my very best friend. I've experienced quite a lot, and I have continued to choose love and peace in the face of it. And I astound myself time and time again, and I try to remind myself that this in itself is quite the endeavor. All of our minds can make it feel like we are not doing enough. And the thing is, when you're not able to maintain this sense of equanimity internally, you're very reactive. You're coming from a space that's reactive, and that is not always going to be the best, most aligned action. When crazy stuff is happening in the world and things feel chaotic, things in your personal life, the time is now to just get silent and listen to yourself, touch back into that quality of peace and equanimity, and reconfigure configure your definitions of those so they are more aligned with the truth of it. Because ultimately, awakening, it's this sort of emptying out of the personal ego that allows this divine force to make itself more known as we purify our beings and our psyches and allow peace, love, and truth to come through and transmit. And everything that you do in your life is impacted by this. It's the most valuable thing that you will ever do. It's not really so much of a doing, that's why I have a hard time. It's really a state of being. And what I want for you to take from this video is to really recognize your inner state as being this river and allowing it to flow. And it sounds cliche, but when you're harping on something, let it go. And if it's something that you do need to change in your life, say you're in a toxic relationship, you're around the wrong people, you're in the wrong career, something that has a lot of implications for staying within, be with that feeling. Do not numb it through entertainment or alcohol or anything that you're using to numb that experience and that truth that you know. You cannot hide it. Meet it within yourself. Allow that feeling to be there and see what comes from it. This is the most valuable thing that you will do and pay attention to in yourself. Do not gaslight yourself out of your own knowing. Meditation is going to be your most helpful practice in maintaining the sense of equanimity in a crazy world, especially. Just time to be with yourself. Don't make it complicated. And I want to say again that none of this is said in a spiritual bypassing way of just letting things be as they are and not taking a stand in the world or moving towards action. Because when you sit with yourself in that space of openness, maybe you do receive the message that it is you in your time to act in a certain way, and it's for you to listen to that. But when we come from a non-reactive, truly peaceful place, that's when aligned action comes, not through the chaotic mental spirals. And if we're taking ourselves down by getting overwhelmed with intaking and consuming too much negativity, trauma, and more than our bodies can handle, then we cannot act in loving ways for ourselves and our community. So please remember to take care of yourselves. In the revolution, we need you to be resourced. So I love you. We are all playing our role here, and I hope this inspires you to choose peace and to bring more love and peace and truth into the world, and to be a wonderful human as best as you can, and forgive yourself where you cannot show up in your best right now. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.